Hey team, AJ, Samantha, Tom, everybody that's listening, this is exciting shit. And so Angela's departure, like here's the deal, AJ's right, and I've always said this. It's not about the number, it's about the number. It's always about the number. One thing that people that work for publicly traded companies fail to realize is that at the end of the day, no matter what happens, you work for the shareholders of the company. So whether it be Facebook or Twitter or Apple or Google or whatever the fuck, it's about the goddamn share price. You work for the shareholders. And every decision the company makes is about increasing shareholder value. Bottom line. And you've seen this over the years with Apple, where they make these decisions to try to turn the ship, but at the end of the day, it's about the number. They have to get numbers. And so here's where Angela fucked up, and this is why she doesn't work for the company more, in my opinion. So if you've watched the news, everything about Apple is about today at Apple. So several months ago, there was this major initiative where Angela spent millions, hundreds of millions of dollars upgrading the stores, creating community centers where people can go and feel fucking great about themselves. They can tickle their ass with a feather, and it's just gonna be this wonderful thing. Here's where that's fucked up. In an era of YouTube and Udemy, people don't give a shit about going to an Apple store and taking a class. You know, think about it. 99% of the people that came into workshops in a day or took classes was all about basic shit. It was all about people that never used a smartphone before. And in many cases, most of those people were almost 100 years old. But as it's progressed, people don't need to go to an Apple store to take a class, and they're fighting. And so Angela invested millions of dollars of the company's money training people to today at Apple, today at Apple, today at Apple, where at the end of the day, from Tim Cook's standpoint, the retail store is the front lines. When shit's hitting the fan and they need to hit their numbers, they could rely on the retail employees to deliver those results because of Genius Bar appointments and converting Genius Bar appointments to iPhone sales and converting workshops to iPad sales, all these different things. They took all these employees off the floor, in my opinion. They took all these employees off the tour, out of the stores to do this today at Apple during the busiest season, and she fucked up. They missed their number. They missed their number. And so Tim Cook basically probably goes to her and says, what the fuck, Angela? Like, we relied upon you. You're spending hundreds of millions of dollars. Look, Apple Store retail growth is shit. If you look at the numbers, like Angela has not really spent a lot of energy growing the retail presence. There's only, 500 retail stores company-wide? And so at the end of the day, it's about the number. That's the brutal reality. And anybody working in retail understands that. But when sometimes the illusion of the Apple Store, it's about feeling good. And we're changing lives. We're changing the world. Look, here's the thing about changing lives, okay? Here's the thing about changing lives. If you watch the Super Bowl and if you watch the Microsoft commercial, that shit made me wanna buy a fucking Microsoft, Xbox, whatever. So Apple's not the only company in the world changing lives, and they don't have to spend hundreds of millions of dollars on labor and training and workshops to do it. All they had to do was place an ad on the Super Bowl, and they would have generated millions of customers in conversion. And so anyway, in my opinion, this is she's probably going to focus on philanthropy, probably going to focus on some charity, probably going to spend more time with their family. That's usually the company's canned response. But what you're going to see happen here in the next few months, Brian, you're probably right. She's going to work for Ralph Lauren. I don't know. She's probably going to go to work somewhere else. But who they put in charge of retail is Tim Cook's bitch. She is going to make sure that the fucking retail stores deliver. She's gonna make sure, you watch, you heard it from me first. You're gonna see major sweeping changes in retail. Probably one of the first things that is gonna get eviscerated, yes, is today at Apple. Why? Because no one gives a fuck. They all go to YouTube, folks, unless you're 100. So anyway, that's the brutal reality. That's my 2 cents. Peace out.